it's pretty rare, with two of my friends. We had all worked at a company that did not end up turning out like any of us had hoped. So coming out of that
Guess we're
experience,
doing
the
this
three of
showcase
us,
too,
we wanted to
considering
do
last one
something
was
that felt a little bit more
so
authentic to
underwhelming.
who we were and what we liked.
We
Going
did get
into it,
Bolognese.
we knew that we had complementary skill
Bolognese
sets.
is dope shit.
Having the kind of the core pillars of game design already there and having experience, we were able to cover a lot of bases. This is really the first time we've been able to pour so much of ourselves into the development of a game.
We're doing
I think
Freedom
I'm most proud of us being able
Games.
to look at this game and know that we're hitting our own quality bar, especially for our first game.
Might as well, just for fun. See what new games are coming. Might as well. Ooh, this looks interesting. Never mind, it's not so play.
You think you know everything, and then at some point you go, oh wait, we didn't know how to do that part. Well, I guess we got to figure it out. The four of us who started the studio worked in AAA. I left to go start making indie games. So we took that opportunity to kind of use our old friend group and our old expertise to start up the Wandering Band. And it was the first time that all of us felt complete creative control. That was fun. It was a challenge. It was also scary at the beginning. On a AAA team, you have technical artists and a dozen animators. I think the biggest challenge for us was trying to learn new skills and new parts of the game development process without ever doing it before. But I wouldn't trade it away. I think it's the creativity and the creative freedom is totally worth it.
Oh shit, this is actually kind of cool. Yo, Marcel. No, never mind.
The retro games. These were our favorites, and we tried to combine a lot of different elements from different games and give it a unique touch. A shout out to our community. They helped us translate the demo. They helped us get out the word. The demo has been played over 1 million times. It's just great to get a community like that. They helped us make Corman what it is.
This looks like Pokemon. It's literally Pokemon. What is it called? I literally didn't get to see. I went by so damn quick. Wormon? Really?
I had
Oh,
lived
lordy,
in
it's-
Kyoto for a while where I'd gone to a cat cafe And it was such a surreal experience for me at the time. So we sat down and we prototyped Cat Cafe Manager. When you're petting a cat, I don't know what it is, like endorphins that are being released,
interested.
like the good feeling
I like
that you get
building
from that, we
games
kind
so
of
I can
wanted
build
to
my own
put in the
business.
game. We live in a time that's like
I like
pretty
level
stressful
editors.
and out of control in a lot of ways. So for us, it's very important that you sort of get a cozy feeling when you get introduced to the game. Just making the Cat Cafe of your dreams.
This is interesting. Cat Cafe.
I'm from a really rural town. So is Tanner, the other lead developer on the game. We've been together since middle school, I
Yep,
guess.
man, that one.
There's no companies, right? There's no video game
That's
companies
awesome.
in Little Rock or the state of Arkansas. So we decided to just be the first. To the Rescue is where you play as somebody working in a dog shelter.
Oh,
'cause you
yeah.
have all the responsibilities that entails.
I saw
People
this.
love dogs so much, but this is also about raising awareness, right? It's both of those things. There's diseases that can appear in the shelter. It's dirty, and adopters only want the cutest puppies, and they don't want the old dogs. Essentially, I just want people to walk away with more knowledge about the things we're representing. We've gotten a lot of
like
people
it.
that work in real shelters that are like, I'm glad that you're doing this, because a lot of people don't realize how hard the work is and how thankless it is. So 20% of every dollar that Little Rock Games makes from this game is going to be going to the Pet Finder Foundation.
I like it.
The game is about being hopeful that you can improve your community in some small way.
I want it now.
Sí. Estamos en el canto, tengo que ir.
This is the game I need.
Sí.
Oh, I love it. Anytime my own dog shelter. Yes, please. That's already on my wish list.
I first started getting into games probably about 7 or 8
I
years
really
old,
want
tinkering around with game engines. I started putting games on the web, Flash games and things like that. I always liked the idea of really
Cody, I'll be like a few minutes. My car finished getting its parts replaced, so I'm gonna go pick it up right now.
See your character's head just flying off and blood's going everywhere. It's like,
Okay,
you just got nothing but humour there.
I'll see you in a bit.
I come up with the idea of having like a Ninja Warrior / Total Wipeout death competition. I was actually working 2 jobs at the same time as developing the game. I'd have all these fantastic ideas while I was there. You know, I'd be on the checkout just thinking about Slaughter League, and by the time I get home, I'd just like, we ended up deciding that
You
it would
work
be best
2
if I worked
jobs and
full-time
still
on the
can't
game.
get a better mic.
This game, it sounds corny, but it's changed my life in that way, whereas no other game had before. It's just flipped my life to where I want it to be. So to finally be able to do this as a job is just insane. I love it.
This is definitely like a good, just relax, chill in the evening. Play
Hey,
Bug, slap
Femseth.
stupid stuff
Hello.
again. Oh, this is
Hey, it's Brennan.
What is that? Oh, Jesus!
It's Brennan. Oh,
gonna be an absolute show.
I was pretty laid back in college. I did just fine, but
I didn't know they were showing Brendan Sturf. like that.
None of us have ever worked on games at all. So for the majority of development, I worked on it in the dorm. Yeah, we would sort of just sit in the dorm room, just like, you know, typing, working away. I learned how to code for like a whole week. I just didn't leave my room, didn't eat, didn't do anything. You know, where we're at, we're all 23. 2 of us haven't even graduated college yet. To be at E3 is pretty exciting.
Whenever you need me. Maybe I should raise my rates. I've failed my people.
Weakness has consequences. This would make for a fine tale.
We showed a couple things I thought are pretty cool so far. I guess.
I've always thought that I would be good at making video games. My mom just sent me a picture of a drawing I did when I was like 8, titled My Own Game. I was diagnosed with Asperger's autism as a child, and I basically kind of just told myself, nah, there's no way I could be in management. But through therapy as a child and then continuing my own efforts, I overcame it. Now I'm doing my dream, doing something I thought I couldn't do. Through this process, I've really learned how valuable people are. There's 20 people on the team. I'm just one of them. And I'm hoping to convey some of that through the game's narrative. You have to have growth and you have to have progress. So for us, with One Lonely Outpost, loneliness helps highlight the value of connection.
Pretty cool. One Lonely Outpost. I'll wishlist it. I wishlist everything pretty much. These are a lot of games. Jeez. My Steam wishlist is nearing 1,000 already. 947. My lord. And 90% of it's indie games.
It took us a long time to get here. We put a lot of hard work into it.
Shipping games brings tough times, but we've also seen like success together.
Success for us is defined as being able to continue to do this because we really love it.
We want to be what we know and be the best at that.
Making something that people enjoy.
Thank you, Freedom Games, for that showcase. Passionate, diverse, different, unexpected, Damon. That's what I would call it. If you weren't paying attention, Freedom Games is providing 20% of the profits of To the Rescue to the Pet Finder Foundation. And now, gentlemen, it's time to react. I will start with, I don't know, maybe I won't speak for everybody. For Greg Miller, I wasn't that familiar with Freedom Games before leading this E3 2021. I am now a Freedom Games fan. Like, I liked what I saw there.
Hell yeah. You're a freedom fighter.
Let's not go that far. I'm a lover, not a fighter. All right? I'm a freedom lover. All right, is that better? Koromon, Cat Cafe manager, To the Rescue, and then Slaughter League all jump out at me. But you guys are the experts. Dan, what did you like?
Well, first I have to give it up for To the Rescue. Not only is it a great way to support the Pet Finder Foundation, but I really like that kind of simulation game. You saw a great pairing there. Whether you're a cat fan or a dog fan, you can come together to celebrate these awesome pets with a fun, like, sort of management sim. It looks really up my alley. But I dropped my notes, so I'm just going to stick with those for the time being.
I'll get them for
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. You're a
You
true
dropped
friend.
this, King.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The one I really want to talk about, because Michael and I were geeking out about it, was Dark Deity.
Yes.
A strategy RPG that looks like very up the alley of anyone who likes Fire Emblem or things like that.
Sure.
I also like they have an XCOM-esque wound system, which I appreciate. Adds another layer to it, so looks pretty exciting.
I thought it was cool. It was cool pixel art also, but also anime-style hand-drawn art that's going along with it too.
Don't take that away from me, Damon. Listen, if y'all want to get my attention with your video game, if you have anime-style artwork for your characters, I'll at least give you my time of day. I'll say that much.
That was the one. I mean, for Dark Deity, you went, ooh. I wrote my only note on Dark Deity is Mikey likes.
I think To the Rescue is probably the best thing.
You liked it.
For awareness.
And Cat Cafe
and
Manager. Yo,
wholesomeness.
Freedom Games really hit me with my brand.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I love Cat. Dude, it's so cute. You know, Cat Cafe Manager. I've been to a Cat Cafe before. You know, you get a little coffee, you go pet the cats. If you're allergic, R.I.P. But yeah, that was really cute. It's obviously like a tycoon simulator management thing, and cute cats. Say less.
Say less. Damon, you love cats. Did Cat Cafe Manager work for you?
For sure. I've been to many a cat cafe, Greg. I have some ideas about how they might be run better.
Well, here we go. See if you can put proof in the pudding and you get out there, you manage your own cafe.
This fool's lying.
No, it's true.
It's all true. Yeah. Anything else stand out to you?
I mean, the games are coming so quickly. You see, like, well, this game looks interesting, and then they're on to the next one. There was I think it's fair to say it's a Pokemon-like in there.
Mon's even in the title.
Koromon. Mon is in the title.
Koromon,
I think there's more to it than that. There's definitely like animal battling.
Well, when it started, I was watching and he started like moving puzzles. Like, oh, I wrote very Zelda-like, and then it became Pokemon. I was like, oh, very Pokemon-like. Actually, I'm sorry, I got this one wrong. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, right now you can get out there and vote. No matter which platform you're watching E3 2021 on, you can vote right now. Cat Cafe Manager is winning narrowly with 32%. Right behind it, Koromon with 26%, and then Dreamscaper with 19%. Remember, no matter where you are watching, you can put it into your chat of choice. And if you want to just roll down your window and yell, somebody else will jot it down, and we'll figure out how to tally it up there, right?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Another thing that an extension from the indie showcase that we saw, like a lot of experimentation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though we saw some things that are kind of like, oh, that reminds me of this. That reminds me of Fire Emblem. That reminds me of Pokemon. They're still putting their spin on it, and like I like to see those kinds of things in those games. Everyone has an inspiration, so it's like I want to make the game. Like make something similar to the game that I love. So
it's all this evolution. I mean, like think about One Lonely Outpost, for example. You know, we were joking around like, oh, Space Dew Valley, because it does look Stardew Valley inspired, which in turn is inspired by Harvest Moon. So there's a lot more that you can do with this kind of genre, this type of game. No one really gets to be sort of the be-all, end-all of that category or genre, and I'm excited to see what they can offer here. So it's nice to see a lot of these indie developers wearing their influences on their sleeve. I was really excited about Slaughter League, for example. It looks like that kind of competitive madcap fun of a game like Fall Guys, for example, but with the kind of murdery chaos you'd expect from like a Smash TV or like a, I'm blanking on the name right now, Meat Boy.
Oh yes. And it's funny you mentioned Meat Boy, right? In the panel before, right? In the panel before, where they were doing the indie games conversation. Ed McMillan talked about the fact that the power of indies is that you don't have to appeal to the mainstream. And I think that's why this one stands out in terms of a conference so far, and we can all find something else to hone in on, right? Where it's like, yeah, I don't know if To the Rescue, a realistic, sim about running a rescue operation for dogs and cats would stand out in or make sense for a big publisher who has to get
I think
a big
next
return
up
on their
is the
investment.
limited
But
run
for this team here
games
that wants to do dog
show
shelter and wants to have
case,
stuff and wants to,
which
get
I'm going to
profits out
watch.
there-
I want
their
to see if
people and help.
Dusk
Yeah,
and
okay.
New Blood
It's smart
games
of
get
Freedom Games to,
big
in addition to
boxes.
showing trailers or gameplays
Better
for
have
the
my
games,
big
to actually
books.
put the creators in front of the camera
100%.
as well.
Yeah.
Indie games can be so much more personal. It's so much more one person's vision or a very small team's vision.
Totally. Yeah, one of the things I loved about it when you were watching their To the Rescues, they showed them at PAX, right? And if you've never had the chance to go to a PAX, I urge you to do it and then go to the Indie Mega Booth when you can go to things again. Because yeah, getting to sit there and get a demo from somebody like, oh, what do you do in the game? Like, oh, I make the game. It's the most personal way and the best way to get it. Ladies and gentlemen, when we return, our friends at Venn will give us a special edition of their series Origin Stories featuring 100 Thieves founder and CEO Nadeshot. That and more after this.
I always really appreciate queer narratives, trans narratives, gender diverse narratives. Tell Me Why by Don't Nod, with a trans character as one of the main characters is huge. I can't recall many, if any, main characters that are trans that are playable. Being someone who identifies as non-binary, seeing someone that is proudly trans represented in a game is just so incredible to me, because it shows that not only game developers but the world is seeing these narratives as important things and stories to tell, because games are just another way of telling stories.
Alrighty, well.
Innovation. It's happening all around us. We don't know what tomorrow will bring.
When
but
does
we know our
limited run
broadband
start?
network will be ready. Because we're building it
That's
right
the question.
now. It's more reliable, more
8
secure,
minutes. Okay.
and 10 times faster than today. 10G will power America's digital future.
Well,
We're ready for what's next. Are
let's
you?
end it here then, for now. And we will return to see what games are for